is 24 minus 24, 0. And if I put in negative 4, I get 16 plus 8 is 24 minus 24. I like it. Cool. Freakiness.
So is just the answer x minus 6 equals 0 or
No.
x plus 4
The
equals
answer
0?
is 6 or negative 4.
Okay.
It's an equation. I get answers by finding values that work for x. That's when I know I'm done. When I get x, or I can get, it's possible I have no solution, as always. So let me give you this. I'm going to have to really have to finish this, which is fine.
It's only 110. We usually get out in 2 or 3 minutes.
What's up?
I was merely mentioning that it's only 110.
We got
so
10 minutes. It's a short day, right? It's Wednesday.
I did say we usually get out in 2 or 3.
At 2 or 3?
No, not at 2 or 3.
2 or 3 minutes.
Like, what are you trying to argue for?
He's the wrong person I would argue.
We don't have enough math in my day.
Almost right.
All right, so look at that. The first row. The mistake people make when I give them that first row of kind of problems is they start to multiply stuff out. Do you see how that's the exact opposite? Somebody's already done the first step for us. Should try to do those first 3. And everybody see, I'm talking about the part that says principle of zero products at the top, right? Don't do the side that says applications. Ooh, word problems on the back.
No.
Yeah, baby.
Again?
They never go away.
Oh my god.
We just keep learning more stuff, so we're able to do more complicated word problems. Yay!
I immediately got stuck on number 2. Like as soon as I got there.
At least you don't waste any time and stuff.
I'm just gonna do the thing that.
You divide by 7.
Did you write it?
I don't know.
All right. Let's start with number 2.
Solidarity.
Tell me what the first step is on number 2.
7x plus 2 equals 0, or 3x minus 1 equals 0.
All right. I don't want to make you feel bad, but I want you to realize I know this is new to write what we just wrote, and then it's old as all hell shit. Can you solve that for x? Subtract 2. Are you going to get a pretty answer?
No.
Are we going to care?
No.
Because once we make it ugly, we're done. Right?
Oh, okay.
So subtract 2. 7x equals negative 2.
That was great.
And then
Divide by 7?
divide by 7.
Oh, well,
Right? So don't let your brain go, oh, it's going to be gross. I don't understand this. No, stop it. But that happens so often. And also, you guys, when you get this, you're so, before you get to this course, I think very often you're so used to the answer being nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, right? There's nothing wrong with negative 2 over 7. There's nothing. That's a real life thing. That doesn't mean you're wrong. So don't automatically assume you're wrong when you get fractional answers. That's going to happen. Am I saying it's always going to be right? No. But don't assume you're wrong just because the answer looks gross. You don't look gross, man. I'm talking my numbers.
Yeah. No, that's okay.
I forgot one of my meds this morning.
I talk to my makeup brushes all the time,
They
but
talk
that's because
to
they're
me.
assholes.
Huh?
I talk to my makeup brushes all the time, but that's because they're assholes.
Do you talk with them or to them?
They don't talk back, so it's a wit. It's a 2.
The day it comes with,
Yeah.
you want to do something.
Yeah. And you start paying my therapist more at that.
Especially if they start saying, math is not necessary, you should kill that guy. Kill him. Stop saying that.
So the thing I'm gleaning from finding the answers is like you solve, so negative 2 over 7, right? The answer would then be positive 2 over 7?
No. I like what you're doing. Like here, I can see the answer to this is going to be negative 6 because that's what makes that 0, right? Why is that easy? Because this has a 1 in front of it. It's not going to make it fractional. So I can see this is going to be -6. It's sort of like, remember getting the who goes in the penalty box? Is going to be the opposite.
Mhm.
And I said it's whatever makes it 0. So this is that same idea. So I know the answer is this going to be -6 or
Positive.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, you could write x plus 6 equals 0 or x minus 4 and then solve it. You're still going to get to these, right? This one, yes.
Oh, I'm not raising my house.
But at least you can see the answer to this one is going to be negative for damn sure because it's got to be the opposite, right? And the
Okay.
answer to this one's going to be positive, but it's going to be a fraction. But it's not too bad, right?
1/3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so negative
Also-
2/7 is what makes it.
Can you do number
C.
So,
Huh?
Can you do number 3?
I wasn't going to. No, all right. Nothing changes here, but this freaks people out. Did you have a question about the last one?
yeah, it was about the last one, so you're just breaking them down into fractions for the second.
I'm not breaking them down. It just naturally occurred when I solved. How do I solve for x? I get rid of the thing that's not x, and then I get x by itself.
Ah,
I don't have to know ahead of time anything special is going to happen. I just apply the solving equation steps, right? I don't have to know ahead of time. But part of our brain knows ahead of time it's going to be gross, and then it rebels. No, I don't want to go that way. That wasn't hard. And what did it have to do with this? Nothing. I'm done. All right. So here, either what are my two parts?
The x
X
and 5x minus
and 5x minus 7. So either 5x minus 7 is 0 or
x
X
plus
is
0.
x equals done. That part's done. Shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. If x was 0, that's 0 times who gives a shit. It's going to be 0, right?
yes.
Nothing I could put there would save it from being 0 if part of it is 0.
I wrote out an extra step just to make it like the other like problems 1 and 2, which is just x plus 0.
X plus 0.
Which is just that's just saying
X plus 0.
nothing at all.
Yes. Or x minus.
It just makes it look.
Makes it
more
look the same
symmetrical.
format as these.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually the same format
Did
as
you,
these.
do you just put it into the,
So you could write this as
Yeah.
x minus 0,
Yeah, so
5x minus 7.
Oh.
The answer to that is 0, the same way the answer to that is 4.
Yeah, because you're subtracting nothing.
Oh,
So
okay.
you wouldn't subtract the 7 and then divide by the 5?
Oh, now,
You would add the 7.
all we've
I'm gonna
gotten
add the
so
7,
far,
yeah.
now notice, the first step didn't change. Either this piece is 0 or that piece is 0. Is there work to do here? That's, so then you stop. I mean, do you see what I'm saying? Nothing
Yeah.
changed. Am I done here?
No.
So then guess what? I gotta do stuff. Oh, was I done here? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't do stuff, I just circle. That's all. So when there's a factor of x, that's beautiful. X equals 0, that part's done. Or, and then divide by 5, I'm just gonna jump to the chase. Right?
Ooh.
Add 7, divide by 5. Coolness. So what can we do, what's gonna happen to make these more complicated?
Jeez, it's 120. Oh, it's 117.
It's not 120. Good try. It's 127. No, not. So what about if I had this here? Let's see.
Quick, so install him for 3 minutes.
Do it, Jeff. Yeah. There's something fundamentally wrong with this before we can apply.
Doesn't
From
mean
0?
the 12.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I've got to make it equal 0 to use this. That's what this whole thing, and that's why I started off with. There's nothing I could put on that side of an equation except for 0 that I could actually say something definitive. So if it's not equal, now there's another thing too. The only thing in this equation that actually is different is that piece. If that wasn't there, wouldn't I just do one step and be done?
Yeah.
But my x terms that I have are not like terms. So I can't do like we always did, get all my x's together and get all my numbers I can't do that shit anymore because I can't get all my x's together. They don't grow together. I don't want to get any closer than that. Right? So it's when I see a higher power in my problem, higher degree, let me say it that way, not some kind of a spiritual force. A higher degree, I know I'm going to have to get it equal to 0 and factor. That's the trigger. That's really the new thing. That's old, that's new. So So yeah, I have to add 12, so I can get it equal to 0, because none of this stuff works without that. And then, of course, how do I factor that?
4 and 4?
No, 4 times 4 is not 12.
Oh, dang.
6 and 2, yeah. So then what's the answers? Either x plus 6 is 0, or
X plus
x
2.
plus 2 is 0, so either x is negative 6, or
X is negative 2.
x is negative 2.
It's like a lot of really easy to follow steps, but there's just a lot.
Yes. All right, one last one, then I'll let us out of here. Love it.
Number 4.
Huh?
Number 4.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, just take
Number
out
4 is not bad. I want to show you one with a cube in it. We'll finish this out tomorrow, okay? I
Okay.
gotta show you one with a cube in it. Do you really, Jeff? Yes.
It's on his bucket list.
The fact that it's got a 3rd degree tells me I should expect how many answers? 3.
3.
All right. Can somebody see what the first thing I should do? Is it equal to 0? Check.
Take X. Take
Yeah.
X out.
Oh, take x out. They said kick ass. First, you must kick ass, Jeff. So if I take x out, they all lose an x. Is that cool? They all lose an x. Bam, bam, bam. And now see what's left over looks very familiar. Looks like it's in the right form. So now I need two numbers that multiply to be 40 and add to be negative 6, right?
10 and 4.
10 and 4. Which one's got to be negative?
10.
The bigger one.
Yep.
And now, see, I'm going to get 3 answers, right? What's this going to lead to?
0.
X equals 0. Or
X equals
10.
10, I like it. Or
Negative 4.
negative 4, yeah.
3rd degree, 1, 2, 3 answers. Fundamental theorem of algebra.
That's easy.
All right.
Have like number with the X.
Huh? Oh, if this would have been like a 6x here, then see how there's one step I gotta do? That's sort of like that number 4 you wanted me to do. When I just divide by 6, but then what's 0 divided by 6? Still 0. Yeah.
So we have now just a 3 or 4.
No, 6 can't give me anything. 6 is just 6. It can never equal 0. That's why the only the parts that have x's in them can give me a solution, because they're the only parts I can control.
So it doesn't matter what's in front of the X, it's always.
It doesn't, because it would divide away anyway.
So
Okay.
can we
Just like on number 4, you're gonna hit that same thing.
divide all the
You can, yeah. From the very beginning, if there would have been an extra factor of 6, I could divide both sides by 6, and the 0 would just eat it up. That's why I wouldn't get an extra answer from it. So we
can
just
do it.
got into that. There's more details to get into. Good. For sure. So we'll finish that up tomorrow, yes. I don't think that's 6 weeks added that. So I took an x out, right?
Yeah.
X cubed divided by x. X squared. And then I lost an x and I lost an x.
So when you do a problem like this, you have to divide it.
Well, the first thing you always try is GCF. That's, and I noticed
Still
there
good
was
to be in here, though.
That's all.
Oh.
I'm not saying every time there's a cube you get an x out. Just in this case.
Yes, I'm gonna hit it, so.
Huh?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
You have a good day, Holly.